Good morning, Julius. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
I can't complain, sir. I cannot complain. For those who are watching, I'm here with Julius Mack, who is a program supervisor for our TFCO program in Concord. And TFCO stands for Treatment Foster Care Oregon. And that is one of the foster care related programs that we have here at Thompson. And if I remember correctly, Julius, you've been with Thompson for about 4 or so years, and you've been with TFCO since the beginning of the program. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, you know a lot more than me about TFCO, so maybe you could give me a better sense about what the program is, because I know that a lot of people out here are watching and trying to get a little bit more information about Thompson, about TFCO, just about foster care in general. So we'll kind of level set here. We're in May, and it's National Foster Care Month, nationwide. So that means something. And maybe we could even start there with that being National Foster Care Month. Like, what does that mean, and why is that important with a program like TFCO, Julius?
So it's very important because foster care is a huge part of you know what Thompson does in general. So the TFCO program originated. It's also in the name TFCO. It started from Oregon. It's a model that started in Oregon and has transitioned all over the world. There's different spaces, like in Australia, Florida. We have different places there as well. We originated in North Carolina this past August, so we're fairly new. So we're just getting the gears running and kind of getting our feet under us. But we're doing some great things here in North Carolina. So with that being said, the foster care being so important to the TFCO is because it gives young youth a chance at a second lifestyle. Because it gives them a chance to they've already probably been labeled or they're this kid, that kid, and which is not fair at all. So what TFCO does is we bring them into a new environment. We provide them with skills to better help navigate through life, and also provide their long-term family with the skills. So once they all come back together, they can display those skills together and be able to thrive in the community and throughout life.
I like that. And I want to go back to something you said, because it's important to kind of pause there. I mean, you said it already. I mean, that second chance and alternative. Like when you have these situations where, maybe you make a choice that maybe if you look back, you might have made a different choice or what have you, to have a program that's giving a second chance, giving you that alternative to what maybe the system would typically allow for. That's big, and that's something that's part of this program, is just kind of identifying them kids, that them youth that may have had the labels. So
Yeah.
that's a really good point, and just having that structure of the program. So in your words, Julius, I mean, people might be sitting here thinking like, well, there's foster care, so we TFCO, why TFCO versus foster care? What's the difference, right?
So, and it's such a common question. So I'm always eager to kind of show the difference between
Sure.
traditional foster care. So with TFCO, it's more of a supportive environment. So when I say in supportive environment, you have someone like myself, the program supervisor, that holds a entire clinical team. That clinical team consists of an individual therapist, a family therapist, and a skills coach. So all these components come together to serve the youth and the family. So
Oh,
the skill coach does a lot of skill aspects with the youth inside of the community. So it kind of gives them that chance to display the skills that they've learned throughout their sessions. The individual therapist is kind of like that advocate for the youth. So when they're speaking with the youth, they're kind of that person to help them put the pieces together, and kind of display um, problems that you face at that time, or the traumas that they faced in the past, to kind of steer them in that direction and let them know that it's the past. but we're going to move forward and provide you with every skill that we possibly can to, ensure that you don't make those same mistakes, but also um, let you know that everyone makes mistakes, and we're just here to, correct them and, give you that support. That the family therapist, I'm sorry, the family therapist is the advocate for the family. So we know it's not a one-way street. Both really the family and the youth, they really need, that push. So with the family therapist, they go in and they have those sessions with the family to kind of give them that push and that support to let them know, hey, we understand. We're the youth is working, but we're going to
Mhm.
work together now to kind of better serve that youth. So once they transition back into the home, we can provide them with some skills to kind of, be more supportive, not egg on those other traumas, kind of move away from things of that nature.
Yeah,
So it's just a great collaborative effort that we put into the families in our communities, and it 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 it's such a great program that I get so excited when I talk about it because
I
I
can hear it.
just yeah, I'm intrigued and I just love speaking on it because just we just recently put our first youth into a home, and it's amazing to see them thrive and to see that the satisfaction that the foster parent is getting and the long-term family that they're receiving as well. And one of the things that stand out and sets us apart between traditional foster parents and any other, model of foster care is we pay a higher rate. So we pay
Really?
$100 a day for our foster parents. So it's a good it does a good bit. It goes a good long ways in, helping to support the youth as well.
Oh, okay, Julius. I don't even have to ask you any questions, sir. I'm gonna let you go because I think you got this. But no, I appreciate it. You said a lot, and let's just like kind of chop that up just for folks that's watching. You mentioned some of the differences between traditional foster care and TFCO. You laid that out. I think when it's listening to you talk, you're so relatable. Like you just bring this like keep it so simple because I think you got to understand there's a lot of people out there, like myself included. I don't have kids at all. But if I was to think, like, I wouldn't even know where to start with, like, just foster care. But then you got to think, okay, foster care versus, something like TFCO to keep it simple and help us to understand, like, what it's really about. What I heard from you is that there's like various people, but they all have specific roles. And that makes it very clear for the youth who's coming in and they've got this person, that person, this person, that person, but they all have defined roles. Even the foster parent has a defined role, and then there's support for the foster parent. So then you mentioned, of course, the higher rate of pay. That may be very interesting for folks out there, just because it's a different structure. One of the things to think about is, from the parent side, from the foster parent side, what kind of characteristics do you think make up like the typical TFCO foster parent?
Um, that's a great question. Someone we're looking for is someone who is first of all very interested in learning more about the program. So once we do provide informational sessions once a month that we allow potential foster parents to come in and kind of hear our pitch and kind of go over the model. So that's one aspect that we're looking for. We're also looking for flexibility. You know, it's going to be a huge turn in schedule with your with when the youth transition into your home. It's not going to be the same as before the youth has gotten there. So we try our best to do accommodate and make sure that our foster parents, they still have their personal life. So we do provide them with respite. But we do ask that they be flexible. We ask that they have like a supportive resource. You know, we do provide support, but I think it would be better. It kind of gives that family mentality when you have other people that are surrounded by you that are willing to provide that support as well in the case of you're not feeling sick. you can have someone transition them to school, or you're stuck at work. You can have somebody that you trust to pick up that child. So supportive resource is having that supportive resource is very important, and just also willing to learn. Because we're every day I've been with Thompson for 4 years, and every day I'm still learning something new. And I'm open to any type of knowledge. So that's one of the aspects that I look for as well. Just understanding that every day we're going to get better. Starting off, there's a lot of different aspects of the program that you're not going to know off the top of your head. But just being willing to learn the program and patience and not getting frustrated and know that we're going to support you in any way possible. As a program supervisor, I'm at your service for 24 hours. So that means at any moment, if you just need to talk and you need to vent, the program supervisor is there to provide that assistance and kind of walk you through. So that's kind of what we're looking for in TFCO foster parents, is somebody reliable, flexible, and has supportive resources, and just willing to learn the program and give it a fair chance.
Hey, that's that. I love the way you put that. Thank you very much for that. If say if somebody is interested right now and they're like, hey, I want to learn more, who should they talk to? How should they get involved? Like, what do we got to do?
Yep, we have a Facebook page that you can reach out to, and we provide information on there daily as well. We also do Eventbrites. So with the
Oh,
Eventbrites, yes. So with the Eventbrites, it kind of is like a little ticket, and it gives you a ticket to the informational session. So that's another way of aspect, and also just we provide like business cards, anything we get out in the community as well, just to provide everyone, even if you're not interested, we provide you with a business card just so that the day that you are, we'll be ready for you.
okay, okay, okay. Well, it sounds like you guys aren't very hard to find. Yeah, and I mean, Julius, you're a great representative for the program, man. Thank you so, so much. I think you laid it out perfectly. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Because I mean, I think you kind of hit it on the head. Anything else you wanted to add, Julius?
No, sir. I just want to thank you for the time and shedding the light on the program, and I hope everyone this was beneficial, and I look forward to seeing everyone soon.
Thank you, and I appreciate it. I look forward to talking with you soon, Julius. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Okay.